Video, right there we go. Rotate your phone. Wait a minute.
Okay, hang on. Here we
I
are.
got you now.
We're good.
Yeah, I got
We're
you.
on now. We're on now. Let's start again.
Ah,
We're going to start again. We're
hi
on now.
everybody.
Well, you see us on there, right?
Yeah, I was
Hang
able
on, Karen.
Sharon Louise is watching. Darcy Coots is watching.
Okay. They are watching now. People are seeing us.
Yeah, I can see it.
I don't know. Maybe go out and go back in.
Marianne, hello.
I don't know. Okay, good.
Okay,
All right, thank
we're
you.
switching
Bye-bye.
places. Or you can ask who I am instead.
Okay.
There's someone here. Who are you?
Well, that's for me to know and you to find out.
Wow.
No, actually, you don't have a name tag on either. Would you tell them who you are?
Oh, okay. I am Sally Spite. I am the illustrious Vice President or Program Chair. I have missed you all, and I don't have a name tag because I didn't put it on. I forgot it at home, and Bonnie tells me I can't let that happen again. So I am going home, and I am going to make myself a name tag because I like to do what I'm told. And she's got something poking in my ribs to make me. You want me to do my part and then you do
your
yours?
part,
Okay.
And I'll just do it at the
Okay,
end.
so here's what we've got going on. Bonnie already talked for half an hour before when we thought we were online and we weren't. So, okay, so we are here at Three Moons Fiberworks tonight, and we're going to be talking with someone very special, so we'll be looking forward to that. Just to let you know what's happening down the road, July 9th, we will have our first meeting at Hawthorne Park, and it is our annual flea market, garage sale, whatever. This is for sewing, quilting, fiber type crafts, activities, supplies, whatever. So don't bring grandma's china, but anything else is good. We have decided just to do a little perk this year. We're not going to charge for your table. However, we would still like to know who is planning to come because we want to make sure we have enough space and that we're spread out enough and all that kind of good stuff. So do let me know. My email is sallyspite@gmail.com. So, and then also we're going to have some activities to get to know our fellow guild members. We have a lot of new members that have joined within the last few months, and even while we've been on quarantine, we've had people join. So we want to get to know them, and so we've got some fun activities planned for that. So we will see you July 9th at 7 o'clock. Do come early to set up if you are planning to have a table. July 13th is our annual picnic. We have a committee planning activities for that. I've heard some really awesome ideas so far. If you are on that committee, or if you would like to serve on that committee, please let me know. But those that are on the committee, we need to get together and get moving forward on our plans for that. So that's August. September, we are having a guest speaker, the care and feeding of your machine. Diane Erdman from Time to Sew in South Bend is coming to join us. We will be looking at a featherweight, a mechanical machine, and then a computerized machine. We'll be talking about those three different kinds. October 8th, we're going to have Deb Strain. She is a fabric designer. Currently, she works designing fabrics for Moda. And she has a number of really interesting things, and she's going to talk to us about the whole process of fabric designing. November 12th, we're going to have a trunk show by Raggedy Ruth Designs. She has recently moved to our area, and so we're looking forward to that. She will also have a tool and patterns for sale. And then, of course, December is our Christmas meeting, and we would like to have a committee to plan that evening. So if you're willing to serve on that, please let me know, and we'll get going with that. Miss Bonnie?
Okay.
I'm going to turn this over to Bonnie for a little bit, and then we'll get into talking with our speaker.
I'm not going to take up a whole lot of time. I do want to remind you, though, that we really would like you to make name tags and wear them to the July meeting, please. Okay? There's really not a whole lot. I'll tell you what, if you read your newsletter, if you print it off and read it and keep it with you, you'll keep track of whatever the Guild is doing. We want to thank you again, Flo. You do a wonderful, wonderful job on our newsletter. So, thank you. All right, I think that this is going to be a fun-filled evening. You're not going to hear a whole lot from me now. Sally is going to take over, and we're going to have a real nice presentation here tonight. So thank you, everyone. I don't know if I'll be able to jump on and say anything, but I'll try to respond to any questions, okay? Are we going to require face masks at the July meeting?
You can if you want to.
You can if you would like. We're going to try to keep everyone separate.
Well, we'll be spaced out a little bit.
We'll be spaced out.
Yeah.
I'll put you outside.
Who's that? Who is that?
No, me. I'm just funny like that. But I'm thinking, I'll just put you outside and then you're fine. And don't wear a face mask outside.
If you feel that you want to or need to, then by all means wear a face mask. Obviously, if I'm told to do so, I will. But
no, she doesn't.
Anyway, she told me I had to today, so
Yeah.
I got it on.
Yeah. All right. Well, good enough. I'll tell you what. I think I'm gonna flip it around so I can just follow you guys.
Good.
And I can see everything. So hang on here. Where is that? Where I turn it? Here we go. All right.
Okay.
You take care.
Do you have me?
Yep.
Okay. So with us today, as I mentioned, we're at the 3 Moons Fiberworks, and it's at Broadway and 4th Street here in Chesterton. You probably have noticed it because it's got all the lights that are on all the time, and it's, when I drove by the first time, I'm like, ooh, what is that place? And my husband hit the gas and said, we're going, you're not looking. And so when he wasn't with me, I stopped by and I was enthralled. And so then I met Rebecca. This is Rebecca Riley Vargas, and she is the owner here. And she is going to kind of take us on a tour of her shop, or what do you call it? Studio. Okay, her studio. And show us some ideas and some things that they do here. I think a lot of it can be used to embellish our quilts, but also just to further our love of fabrics and fibers and such. So where do we start?
3 Moons was originally designed in order to be a fiber art studio for any type of fiber artist. We specialize in weaving and spinning, but really we cover the gambit, and we offer workshops in any type of fiber art area, just depending upon what our particular instructors would like to do. But we have yarn for sale, finished products for sale, and lessons in weaving, spinning, dyeing, fiber processing, felting, and just a little bit of knitting and crocheting.
Okay.
What else?
Let's start with the weaving,
Okay.
because that's kind of the big spot. Bonnie, would you kind of do a thing of the floor so that everyone can see that? And then go ahead and take us over and tell us a little bit about your weaving. Or how,
Can you see?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We have all types of looms here. We've got floor looms, we have ankle looms, which are meant for doing bands. We have triangle looms, which will go ahead and weave triangles that can then be pieced together or used individually. We have vertical tapestry looms. Just about any type of loom you can imagine, we have. And we offer lessons on all of them. As far as our collection of floor looms are concerned, we really wanted to show the breadth of looms that are available and have been made throughout history. And we wanted weavers to get a chance to work on different types of looms. Our oldest loom is about 200 years old.
Oh.
Ooh, let's go look at it.
Yep, absolutely.
I think I can pick it out, maybe the one right there in the middle. This one.
Oh. Yep. Oh.
This loom is 200 years old. It is not warped up at the moment, but if I warped it up, it would work. It is fully functional.
Wow.
And what is spectacular about this loom is that the reed here is made of wooden slats. Nowadays, you would only see these made with metal slats, but this is handmade pieces of wood.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
In this instance. So we have ranging from very simple looms to very complex looms. This is a work project administration loom from the 1930s. Gives you an idea of how old that one is. This is probably one of our youngest looms, and it's also one of our most complicated looms. And this is meant for production weaving, so to weave as much fabric as you can as fast as you
Okay.
can. So it has the fly shuttle, and it has what's called a dobby box, which helps the weaver determine the pattern, so that the weaver doesn't have to remember extraordinarily.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. So any of these looms are available for students to work on, whether they want to come in and work on one of their own projects or whether they want to have lessons on a particular type of loom.
Okay, so you offer lessons. And so how does that work? I mean, we use your loom or?
Correct.
How does that work?
So if somebody has never worked on a floor loom before, then that first class, they will finish a project, and the class is roughly about 3 hours long. So you can do a rug, you can do some placemats, you can do a short table runner. Think something about a yard long and 12 to 18 inches wide.
Okay.
So there's lots of possibilities in that range. All materials are included, and the goal is to get the weaver comfortable with weaving on a floor loom. And everybody has aspects that they like or dislike. And so if you're done with that project and you can tell me, I really love this, but I hated that, then we can steer you to a different loom and a different type of project that fits more of what you're looking for, because the range is incredible.
Okay. And so I want to do some weaving. I want to give this a try. So do you have a class schedule for that, or how do you schedule those type of classes?
All of the weaving classes are arranged on an individual basis, a one-on-one basis. And so if you contact me via email, website, Facebook, or the phone number, then we can get it scheduled. We are opening back up on June 26th.
Woo-hoo!
And we will be open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. and any of the hours that we're open in there are available for lessons.
Okay, sounds great. Okay, so that's your looms. All right, let's look at some of the things that these looms created from different experience levels.
Absolutely.
Let's start at easy.
So, yeah, these are a collection of placemats that were made by Montessori students, and they are woven using fabric strips of a wide variety of fabrics.
This is a double knit.
Wow, nice.
This is all cotton.
So our quilters, your scraps, this would do like that. This is all like quilters cotton.
Oh, neat, neat. There you go, ladies.
Okay. And these were experienced weavers.
This was first time children between the ages of 8 and 13 or so.
An 8-year-old, an 8 to 13-year-old
Yes.
did these.
Wow.
Yep. I mean, this.
Look at this. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they came in. She said they had a scrap bin, and the kids picked out their colors and wove it and everything. How long did it take them?
There were 15 kids total, and they came back for about 2 hours over 2-3 days.
Okay.
In order to finish all of them.
This is amazing.
So,
Yes.
and believe it or not, it took us way longer to cut the strips than it did to weave, and none of us really appreciated that at the time. But
They need an AccuQuilt.
yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this, now we're not ready for that yet. Just
All
a
right.
minute here. Let's, she told me about that one. Okay, let's come over here. This.
So those are placemats that were woven by a weaver. This is her second project.
Wow.
And again, they're woven using scrap pieces of fabric.
And this is double knit.
Yep.
And so what are these slots?
So these are used as spacers in between individual placemats. And what will happen is the yarn will get cut in the middle and knotted so that your finished edges look something like this.
Yeah.
And if you
like them longer.
fringe,
Oh, neat.
you can do it that way.
Yeah.
So this was like her second project about, okay?
Correct.
What was this one again?
This is a scarf,
Oh, is that pretty,
and the
huh?
edges are not finished yet, but the scarf itself was,
Ooh, it's so soft.
Oh.
yeah, it was very soft.
Is this your yarn?
Yes. Yep.
This is yarn from here, and it's yarn. It's not fabric.
Correct.
These others are fabric. And so, what was the level of this?
So this was done by an 84-year-old weaver that had not touched a loom before she came in here, and this was probably about her third or fourth project.
Wow.
It is gorgeous.
Wow.
It is so soft, I know.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
It is.
Okay. Now, okay. What's that?
This is an example of what's called double weave, and double weave lets you weave a solid tube with no seams.
Oh.
And so you can do all sorts of bags, or actually you can make quilts doing this, because you can control how 2 layers of fabric interweave, and you can stuff between the 2 layers of fabric.
Okay. Could you say that again?
Absolutely.
Like a little bit, the train I was worried about.
Absolutely.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is an example of double weave, and double weave is a type of weaving that you can do on a floor loom where you are simultaneously weaving a top and a bottom piece at the same time.
Wow.
And so you can make a bag or a tube without any sort of seam. And you can control when the top piece and the bottom piece cross. So you can actually make, if you will, rows that you can then stuff once it's off the loom.
Wow.
Woohoo.
Nice. That's
Okay.
beautiful. It really
All right,
is.
now let's go to our more experienced. Oh, wait. This here is what she was telling me, how they cut the strips to do the fabric weaving. And so this will go into one thing.
There's quite a bit on there. That you probably would not use all of
Okay,
that.
so what I'm noticing though is here's some double knit, followed by a cotton poly, it feels like,
Yep.
followed by a wool fabric. So these, I lost your
It's okay.
tag on
It's
it.
okay.
These rugs like this or mats like this may have a number of different types of fabric in them.
Correct, and it depends upon what you want to do with it. Usually, if you're going to wash something, then we try to keep the wool out of it. But you can absolutely put wools in, and a lot of people that want to do heavy duty rugs will
They
use,
want them wool.
yeah, will use wool.
Okay, let's look at these.
Yeah.
These are awesome.
Oh, they are. Oh, magnificent.
So this here is a scarf that was actually woven by my daughter when she was 5 years old. And so if anybody tries to tell you that they can't do it, that's not the case.
And what is the fiber or
So
is it yarn?
Yeah, there's yarn in here that is wool and then a cotton. So cotton is the warp that was on the loom, and this is wool
Okay.
that she was weaving with.
Okay.
So this is another scarf, and this is hand-dyed, hand-spun alpaca by a ranch that's here just north of Valpo.
Really?
So the fiber is entirely local.
Oh.
This is an example of a scarf that's woven with yarn from Walmart. And so it's here to show you that you don't have to use hand-dyed, hand-spun
And
alpaca.
it looks gorgeous.
Right.
Yes.
Right. You can
It is.
play
It is.
around with any
Yeah.
type of fiber.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and
And then this was an example that I wove for our Guilds Challenge for the last year.
Oh.
And so that is wool and cotton.
Oh, it's
it
beautiful.
looks like it's knitted.
Yeah. And it was woven in order to emphasize the texture.
Yeah.
And so
Wow.
you get like a geometric shape in there.
Wow.
Okay, so
Gorgeous.
you do all this weaving.
Yep.
What else?
So our next most popular thing is probably felting, and we have all sorts of roving available for felting, and needle felting, wet felting.
Roving. What's roving?
Roving is raw fiber.
Raw fiber.
Well, so not some people consider raw fiber to be unwashed. This is clearly washed and it's been dyed, and it's appropriate for needle felting or wet felting. You can spin this as well. This type of roving is going to give you a pretty bumpy yarn, but you can definitely spin it. And you can see we have
So roving is like the wool from the sheep
yes.
that has not been spun.
Correct. So, and this is, like I said, this is dyed.
Okay.
Yeah, for a second. This is roving that is not dyed.
Ooh, it's nice and soft.
Yep. And this will felt for certain, but this is more appropriate for spinning.
I was going to say, do you spin this then?
Yep.
Yeah. And then you would spin it into yarn.
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely. And we have all of the stainless steel facilities back here are for washing wool. So if you have your own raw fleeces that you want to bring in and wash, that's what this facility is for. It can also be used for dyeing. So if you've got wool, cotton, whatever fiber you're looking at, want to dye, you can do that here as well.
Okay. The class that Bonnie and Karen and I took was a wet felting class. And we used this kind of stuff, and it was really fun, and we did it all over here. And so we made, we did soap.
Soap.
We made, yeah. And my daughter has asked for another one.
Oh,
So-
wow.
We have samples of wet felted soap up front.
All right. What is this?
This is a drying rack. So if you are washing a fleece, then one of the steps is to make certain that it dries, and
Oh, okay.
makes it easier. So this is an example of washed locks directly from. This is from a sheep, and you can see how wonderful that is.
Wow.
This is unwashed alpaca. Yeah.
Okay.
And somewhere in here I have Angora goat too.
Oh, wow. Angora goat.
Okay. So with this, you do needle felting.
Yep.
And so do you have something that has been needle felted?
Yep.
Let's go, I think our gnome thingies.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, those gnomes are so cute. Look at these.
These are examples of different types of things that you can needle felt anything. The gnomes are fun to do, and then we also have, these were made by folks here.
Oh.
Little animals.
Yep, and then just really funny creatures, whatever your imagination creates. And actually, around the store, you'll find all sorts of little felted things just hanging around.
Oh.
Where's the soap at?
Let me grab it. It's up here.
See, she's got all kinds of stuff here. Just awesome. Ooh. Let's talk about these.
Yeah. So that's the
And so how does this work then, like for the shower or bath or whatever?
so the wool around the soap acts as a built-in scrubby, and as you continue to use the soap, the wool will felt down and shrink around it. And so at the end, when all the soap is gone, you're left with a little itsy bitsy square of wool, and you can just pitch that. Although I know a lot of folks that keep using it for various things. So I was
It's a
introduced
nice
to
gift thing.
yeah, I was introduced to felted soap about 5 years ago, and both my daughter and I fell in love with it just because it's nice to have that scrubby right there.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It works.
All right. You mentioned dyeing.
Correct. So all of the stainless steel in the back can be used if you want to go ahead and dye either raw wool, yarn, fabric, whatever the case may be. And we actually have a workshop coming up the last Sunday in June with Susan Atwell. And Susan's going to go over how you can create a wide variety of colors using only your basic color dyes. And that class, the participants are going to go home with a large number of samples of the different colors that they've created by mixing the dyes.
A large number of samples of fabric.
Dyed
So fabric. Is it cotton?
I am, yes, it is cellulose fabric.
So it would make, it could then be used to make a quilt.
Yes, it could be used for any
Right,
reason,
right.
purpose. Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
This Susan Atwell, you said, do you have some samples of types of things she's done?
Yes, these are all felted scarves that Susan has both dyed and felted. So you can get a sense of some of the different types of colors that are possible. And we also have some examples of cotton scarves that she's done over here.
Oh yes, I see them.
These are all dyed by Susan. And we also have some yarn that Susan has dyed as well in the store.
And so the workshop is Sunday, June 26th. What time will it start?
28th.
28th,
Yep.
June 28th. You open June 26th.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
June 28th.
The workshop starts at 10 a.m. and will go all the way till 3 or 4 in the
Okay.
afternoon. And the registration will be open up on our website probably this evening.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Somebody wants to know what the cost of a bar of the wool felted soap is.
To be honest, I need to go check.
Okay,
Let's see.
she's gonna check, Darcy. Oops.
$8.
$8.
Or you can get the what is it called again?
Roving.
The roving, and do it yourself because it is super easy.
Yes, it is.
And we will have additional classes on the felted soap.
Okay.
They're not on the schedule at the moment, but they'll be coming out shortly.
Okay.
Okay, so one of the first things that catches my eye when I come in, besides all the looms, is all of the yarn. So tell us about your yarns. What are,
We have two different types of yarn. Everything on the wooden shelves here is commercially produced, and it is produced with weaving primarily in mind, but a lot of it can be used for other types of fiber projects as well. We have 100% wool, 100% cotton, silk, both raw and finished, and several different blends, cotton wool, wool nylon, so on and so forth. We have a wide variety of sizes of yarns, again, ranging from very thin
look at this.
to
Luscious colors. And it just feels wonderful.
Oh.
Go ahead.
And those colors from that particular company are a lot of fun because they're not a solid color.
Right.
Yes,
So
they're
there's
like
lot
a
of
variegated,
depth.
right?
Yep, absolutely. Then we also have a large amount of hand-spun or hand-dyed yarn that is all produced by local artists, and usually these are one-of-a-kind type of yarns that you can use for accents in all sorts of projects. And I mean, this side over here, you want to take a
This
walk?
rack.
Yeah. You can take a look at some of these yarns.
Ooh.
Oh, aren't they luscious?
Yes. They're gorgeous.
See, you gotta touch those like you touch fabric.
Yes.
Ooh.
But look at,
That's
this
exactly
is
right.
not your all one kind of one thickness type. There's
Oh.
so much
Right.
texture in this.
Isn't it beautiful?
And so they can be used for accents, whether you're weaving with them or you are knitting, crocheting with them. If you're doing any sort of tapestry weaving, they can be used. The possibilities are endless, and what I love is you're never going to come across another one like this. These are all, hand done. So we have. These are from Hoof to Hanger, which is in Michigan. So these are also dyed. That's hand dyed.
Oh, they're
yeah.
beautiful. Beautiful.
Yep. All of this whole rack is all local.
Okay, so if I wanted to do a weaving or something, do I need to buy all my supplies from you here?
No. If you're interested in the yarn we have here, we'll certainly help you pick out what you need. But you can also bring in yarn that's sitting in your stash at home, and we can go ahead and create a project around that. We oftentimes will actually tell people to go out and find 100% synthetic yarn. We don't have any in here, but if you're making something that is going to be washed a tremendous amount of time, you may want, you know, something synthetic. And so it just depends upon the project and the person's preference.
So I've never done the loom. I come in, I do the 3-hour class with you, and I'm like, oh man, I am hooked. I want to make something else.
Yep.
But I don't want to be like Bonnie and have a loom up in my attic that I never touch. Excuse me, I didn't say that. But you know, my husband, he's been pretty tolerant about all my toys, but I don't think he's going to go for a loom in my living room. So I guess I just can't do it, right?
Not necessarily the case. All of the looms that we have in the studio are available for folks to come in and use for their own project. They can be reserved. At this point in time, we're reserving on a weekly basis, but that means 4 days. And we'll work with you if you need more time in order to get your project done. And we have a good number of folks that do exactly that. They come and take the first class, absolutely fall in love with it, and then they want to continue going, and so they'll reserve time on a loom for a different project. We are always here, so if you run into a problem with the loom or the project, we can help you sort it out, and we'll help you plan the project. If you tell me you want a blanket this big by this big, then we'll get you all straightened out, and we will actually go ahead and set up the loom from scratch for you if you want. If you would prefer to learn how to do it, that's fine too.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
See if I can find it. Kathy Garzelis wants to know if you have any samples of felted sheep material. That's what she likes to do. And then she said, I should correct myself, but I work with felting machine that can create whole cloth pieces of roving.
Okay. So she wants to know if we've got felted like pieces of fabric here, or
I'm not sure. Kathy, could you explain that just a little bit more, and then I'll ask her again, okay? All right.
Okay.
I'll let you know if she comes back on.
All right, so we've talked about weaving, we've talked about yarn, we've talked about dyeing, we've talked about the needle felting.
Yep.
And then you have a number of projects that are done and for sale. So you have a number, well, obviously now, just starting back. She's been closed since Friday the 13th of March.
Oh,
and
wow.
so she's just opening up June 26th.
Correct.
And so she's got one workshop on the books. So she does workshops and classes. The
Correct.
classes are done by her,
Correct.
taught by her. And the workshops has visiting artisans that come in. The class that Bonnie and I took was a visiting artisan. She came in and did the felting thing. Mm-hmm. So the classes taught by Rebecca is you sign up for it individually. It's on a one-on-one type thing. So if you see something and this is something I want to do and it's something that she teaches,
Yep.
then she just arranges that time with you. If it's a workshop, she has an ongoing.
They're announced.
Yes.
They're announced on Facebook, and they are on our website. You can register online on our website.
Can you
And
tell them your website, please?
it's www.3moonsfiberworks.com.
Good.
3 as in THREE?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
3 Moons with an S, Fiberworks, WORKS. I've seen it with an X a number of
Okay.
times, so it's with a K, .com. So that's the website.
Correct. And you can register online. You can also give us a call to register, whichever you prefer. And we will, as we start to populate the calendar, we'll have calendars online with all of the classes. But we're still working on that.
Yeah, she's just starting to get that. I know before there were a number of classes and we said, oh, we want to do that, and oh, we want to do that, and kind of got carried away there a little bit, but she will get it populated again, so we're looking forward to that. As a quilter, what is it that might draw me in as far as how can you add to my quilting?
So it's my understanding that quilters can work with a wide variety of different types of fiber, whether that be yarn that can be used as embellishments or felted aspects that can be used as embellishments. We definitely have unique yarn that can be used in a variety of fashions. And we have some finished products that demonstrate how you can felt onto a base. And we also will have classes that I think would absolutely be appropriate for quilters that are looking for embellishments. Sadly, one of the classes that was canceled that we're hoping to get back on was creating felted flowers, standalone flowers that can then be used, on different bases. So there's all sorts of.
They also have some hand looms, which Rebecca was telling me that they're hoping to get available here real soon. And when your employee, when Chris, one of the girls that works for her, literally while we were standing talking, she wove an entire little heart, was about that big, and handed it to me. She said, "Here you go," and I'm like, "You did that just like that?" And it was on a pin loom, and so I'm like, "Oh, I gotta have that,"
Yeah,
so
I want one.
Some really, and I could see that being used as an embellishment or something also. So.
And that class we are looking to put that class back on the calendar, and it should be end of July, beginning of August, somewhere around there.
Okay,
but we'll
great.
definitely make a Facebook announcement, and it'll be available on our website.
Okay.
Do you have some final words for us?
There are so many different things that you can do with fiber that we just encourage everybody to come and play, because you never know what aspect that you're going to fall in love with. There's just so much.
Karen Radiger said here that your silk ribbon can be incorporated into crazy quilts and wall hangings, etc.
Yes, and I'm not 100 silk ribbon as far as some of the roving is concerned, or
I don't know. That's
Okay.
what she said.
If you want to take another walk with me, I can show
Yeah.
you an example.
Yes. And I won't let the microphone click against the camera anymore. Sorry.
Look at this. Look
I'm
at
trying to
this
do
colors
everything here. Oh,
Bonnie,
that's
do a quick
beautiful.
look here.
Ooh, this is what she was pointing to.
Oh, look at this is one in progress.
Ooh.
Correct.
Oh.
So this is, we had talked about double weave earlier. This is going to be a blanket. You can see that it's open on this side,
Oh.
okay?
And it's
It's
not on
closed
this
on that side, so when it comes off the loom, it's going to be double the width of this. And this is going to be a baby blanket.
Oh.
It
Oh.
was in progress before we shut down. So this is, yeah. But this is an example of tapestry weaving. Clearly, this is still in progress. But
Tapestry weaving?
You can use all sorts of materials. So when you said silk, this is what
Yeah.
triggered in my mind.
Oh, look at, yeah.
All sorts of
And
materials.
then
Ooh.
thread.
Yep. And there's hand woven
See?
yarn in here.
Look at that.
So just honestly, there's no limit. It's whatever you can imagine you
Wow.
can use. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, what a great.
Oh, look at these bags down here. This tells you about the different stuff.
So, and
Look at
this is all of the materials that this particular weaver was congregating that she wanted to work into her
Oh,
project.
wow.
Oh.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you can do it as simple or as elaborate as you want. Sort of like quilting.
That is absolutely
Yeah.
correct. Yes.
Sorry.
Thank you, Rebecca.
just by the trains that come rolling by all the time.
I really appreciate you taking the time with us, being willing to meet with us during these times.
Yes.
But your studio is fascinating,
Thank you.
I wish I had more time, but you know how that goes.
Well,
But someday.
Absolutely. And if anybody has any questions, please just go ahead and reach out to me.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
What's the name of the Weavers Guild?
Duneland.
Duneland.
Yep.
Okay.
And they start back up in the fall.
And they make rugs as well, right? Aren't
Yeah.
they a
I've
big
got
variety?
examples of some of their rugs. If
Oh,
want
do you?
to see them, take a look.
Watch yourself, Bonnie.
I am. Look at the shop. Isn't it amazing? Wow. Oh, look at how pretty.
These are all rugs that were woven by members of the guild.
Oh, they're gorgeous. Look at that
This
one.
is beautiful.
That's
And this
gorgeous.
is cotton. This
Yeah,
is
these
just.
Yep, these are done with fabric too. This is denim.
Oh, this is denim.
Oh,
This is awesome.
How pretty.
So all those jeans that are got
Yeah.
ruined.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
great
And
idea.
she was saying that on the denim, because it's so thick, it needs to be thinner strips.
Yeah.
So,
Because it doesn't compress as well
Yeah.
as, say,
oh, look
a
at this one,
cotton.
Bonnie.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, my.
It is so soft.
That's beautiful.
It's feels like wool
Mm,
mostly.
really pretty.
This is.
Yeah, I don't know if she. Yeah, she says wool rug.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful. Wow.
Okay. Well,
And
thank you
look at
again,
the shop.
Rebecca.
What are those yarns over there in the corner?
Sitting on the.
Yes.
So those are from a large stash that a local weaver had when she left the state. We took her stash, and so those are all sold by the pound, and they're mostly mohair blends, but they're just again fun.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Yes, they're beautiful. They really are beautiful.
So they can be used as accents for all sorts of different things.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Oh, here's some more felted animals. Look at this.
Yeah.
Finger puppets.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, how cute.
Oops.
Oh, look at Sally's ruining everything.
Oh, look at this.
Knocking
look at
them over.
This guy.
Oh, how cute. Oh, how sweet. Are
And a
they for
dog and a
sale?
raccoon.
They are.
Yes,
they are. And
they are.
You can felt just about anything. It's so much fun.
Yes, they're beautiful.
And you had a class on this back around the time that we did the felted soap. It was on a Sunday, and I couldn't do it. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, girls, feast your eyes and lick your lips because I know you're drooling.
Ooh,
What a
what's this?
wonderful
Look at that.
place.
Look here. Wait. What's this?
So that is a
Oh.
cowl, and
Oh.
it's just so much
Oh,
fun. Yeah, very simple.
oh, how pretty.
It's woven.
That
it
is
looks
crochet-
like it's knitted or
Yeah, I was gonna
crocheted.
say.
Yeah.
I think that's
Oh.
knitted.
Beautiful.
And
Wow.
we have. Let me step behind you. We have jewelry that has pieces of woven fabric in it.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And then, of course, we have cute little bunnies.
Oh, felted eggs. Look at this. Look at this.
those are beautiful.
You get in there?
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
They're just
gorgeous.
They're adorable.
Yes.
yes.
Ah,
And pens.
yes.
But these are magnetic so that you don't have to worry about putting a pin through fabric that you love and you don't want to stick holes in it.
Yes.
So these are magnetic clasps that you can use.
Oh,
or shawls or whatever.
We better just call it quits, Bonnie. We just need to. There's so much here that we could just keep going. Anyway, all right.
All right.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
Oh, well, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
We will see you all in July.
I've got another live video coming up in 2 weeks from tonight. And we'll just touch upon a few things. So it's going to be a quick on and off, probably 10, 15 minutes. All right?
So don't be late.
Don't be late. Yes. All right.
All right.
This will be on YouTube as soon as we're done. All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
God bless all of you.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you so much, Rebecca.
You're welcome.
Okay. I got to hit finish.